Hey, we've got a caller in from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. One of our favorite Tiger Den folks is John from Philadelphia. John, how are you today?
Go Kirk Kerkorian.
Yeah, yeah, he's a class act. Let me tell you, he was. In fact, he was. I've only met two billionaires in my life, and he was one of them. But he was a really nice fellow. His best. Yeah,
I like hearing those little historical tidbits. The Fresno Indians. That's
yeah.
something you won't hear often.
Well, that's what they were called back in those days, but they're all gone now. They've all gone up to that big Indian reservation in the sky. What can I do for you, my friend?
Could you please help us with the dollar yen USJY?
You betcha.
Larry, the US the dollar yen USJY hit a low this morning at what was it 107.40. That is an exact exact test rather of the low back September 8th at the same price, 107.30. My question is, if dollar yen falls below that and holds under that for any extent of time, where does it go, and what do you think is going on?
Well, the first thing I want to point it out to you, John, here is I put up the weekly chart here in the dollar yen, so you can see that we are at major support in this level. But I think for trading purposes and for trying to analyze the market, we really need to go down to a daily chart, and I'll bring that one up so folks can take a look at it. But as we look at this, going back to 2016, the 61% retracement on this comes in at the 106.80 level, which is about 80 pips from where we're trading right now. Now, we did take out the lows of about 10 days ago by just a little bit, but if you go up to the top of the chart there, you'll see the three 61% retracements that were hit over a period of about 7 months. The market could never close above those levels. What I think we're doing right now, John, is the exact opposite of what happened on the top. We're in this really tight trading band. And so what I'm doing is I'm probing, to see if we're going to make a bottom in here. The fact that we took out the lows of 2 weeks ago and didn't go down very much, to me, is a possible sign that it might be turning. And what we're looking at here, as you well know, because you've done this for many years, it's the amount of risk that you have to see to prove whether you're right or wrong or not. So the risk on this is very, very small. You're talking, around 40 pips to see if you're correct. So there's a possibility here that we're at a pretty substantial bottom here in this dollar yen. I don't see it going much below the 106.50 level. That would complete another ABCD going back over the last 10 months. So that's what I see right now. I hope that helps, but that's what I'm looking at.
I appreciate that. In looking at that weekly chart that you displayed, actually daily, everybody who's involved in this market in one way or the other, the Federal Reserve, the Bank of Japan, any big corporations, every commercial bank is looking at the same chart, so we all see it. I'm always reminded of one important idea in markets, and that is trading ranges are meant to be busted at some time, and the longer a range goes on, when it is busted, something big happens. So let me re-ask the question. Let's assume we get under 107 and hang underneath that without coming right back up. Where does it go? Where is it likely to go?
A lot lower. The ABCD
right, and my question is give me some parameters I can hang my hat on, just
sure.
So I've heard them mentioned, out loud. That'd be very helpful to me, please.
Absolutely. Let's just post this weekly chart here again in the den. They'll let the folks walk through it together. But if you'll notice here, back in 2015, we hit 1.25. If you remember when Tom O'Brien started talking about King Dollar, we were trading around 75 in that dollar yen. That was back in 2011. Well, it's got 7 years ago, but that was the big move down. And he was getting out of those positions in above the 122 level. And now if we look at this, there's a potential for an ABCD structure here going from 125 down to 100. That's 25 handles right there. you rallied up to the BC point, which is 118. You take 118 off 20 handles, you're going to be going down to about 89, somewhere in that ballpark, right around 90. So you're looking around 17 handles lower, just completing the ABCD pattern. The key level, the key level is at 106.50 level, is my opinion.
Yeah, thank you. That is precisely what I was looking to hear. Just to what I would call that, since we have been in this range, something like a move down to 100 or 90 and 89, I would categorize that as, quote unquote, the unthinkable outcome. But with a market that's been range bound like this, I'm always, I've learned over the years, be prepared for the unthinkable scenario. So thanks a bunch, Larry. Appreciate it.
You bet, John. Any other questions that you might have?
Why am I wrong in having shorted the E-mini S&Ps up at that fib 618382 cluster that was that 2650 to 2665?
I don't think you're wrong at all. That's what the 2665, John, was the exact 382 retracement of the whole move down. Now we hit the 61% retracement, and we made the 382 in just 2 days, which could be a bullish sign, but the market stopped exactly there. As a matter of fact, in the Tiger Room yesterday, Dudette from the UK was talking about that number, and I believe you were also, so several people were watching it, and that's when it was trading at 2640. So it rallied 25 handles right into that number and didn't go any higher. I mean, this is the exact type of action that you like to see if you believe in these numbers. So that's what it looks like to me. Now, we haven't collapsed from that level. We've only come off about 20 handles, but we're talking about 20 handles. All during last year, 20 handles, we didn't see those in any one day. Now we're seeing 2, 3, 4 times in a day. So we got
exactly right.
We got volatility coming out of Kalamazoo, Michigan now, so we've got to pay attention, and your risk factors on some of these got to be increased from 6 points to 10 points. So I hope that helps, my friend. You bet. Thanks for calling in, folks. We'll be right back. 877